Welcome back to the Terrace, everyone. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are, wherever you're up to, whatever you're about to do, getting ready for your weekend as well. And I know that predominantly we talk football on the Football Terrace. It's called the Football Terrace for a reason. But of course, we're a community and we spend hours and hours a week together. And as you can all tell, you can see by looking at the redness on my head right now that I went ahead and had the hair transplant that I've spoken about for a long time now on the terrace, and never really delved into why I wanted to do it. And I think sometimes I very much played down my reasons and my kind of desires to go out and get it done. And I want to kind of go into that a little bit today and explain, why it was really important for me to go and do this. What already a day in, it's done for me, and hopefully with some good results, kind of what is going to give me back. The reason that I've decided to sort of come on and talk about it is the staggering amount of messages, somewhere in the region of 250 to 300 direct messages so far. I've replied to about 20 or 30, and I am going to do my best to speak to everybody. But the amount of men, variety of ages, from one lad who's 17 right through to a man in his 60s that's kind of approached me to ask how I felt doing it, what was the trigger point for me, where I got it done, what do I recommend, and everything else. And look, of course, I'm not a consultant. I'm not a doctor. I will be referring everybody to the clinic or the professionals that I spoke to. But I think sometimes people need someone who's been through that experience and who is willing to speak about it. And what's really interesting is that I was very nervous about how I was going to feel walking out of the clinic, both on Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday, if I put my head down, you can see I had the crown done at the back, and then yesterday it was the hairline plus a few bits in the middle. And when you kind of finish, it's really red and it's really kind of pussy looking, and it's I don't know how I feel about going outside. But actually, strangely, I already had a new sense of sort of confidence, like I'm going to get my hair back. And I think maybe I really suppressed it for a long time, how much my hair thinning and how much my hair falling out was impacting me in terms of my confidence, how I felt, and just kind of how I wanted to look. And I think that the way you think and the way you feel about yourself is very, very important for your mental health. It's very important for keeping you as a person on an even keel. And that's what I've kind of gathered from a lot of the conversations and messages people have sent through to me internally is I'm feeling a particular way about myself. It's taking my confidence away. It's damaging my relationships. It's making me angry. It's making me, I think a lot of the stick and stigma that people get for losing their hair is astronomically bad. And it's almost it is a subject matter. It's not taboo. If you speak about somebody's weight, if you speak about somebody who's got a stammer or a stutter, if you do something about, say something about my dyslexia, people come out in force and slam you for it. But yet a man's hair falling out, it's open season. And some people can take it. Some people can take the joke and go, it's fine. I'm losing my hair. I don't care. For others, it's really damaging, especially when it's an immutable element. It's very difficult or almost impossible to stop your hair from falling out. Some people take medications or use certain things and it works, but the number's small. And, when you're getting slightly older, everybody has their insecurities. And I felt very much the way I've been judged and looked at and spoken about as a person has changed dramatically in the last few years as I've reached my mid-30s, as I've got older, and as my hair's fallen out. These things have kind of coincided with how people perceive me. Always shocked about my standpoint on a political issue or how I feel about a certain group of people. They're like, oh, I'm surprised by that. Why? Because I'm almost middle-aged and bald. That's how I was made to feel by a lot of people. The way I like to dress, the clothes I like to wear. For me, I didn't feel right doing it. Like, with a receding hairline. For me personally, it was very, very difficult. And I look at it two ways. You can put on the persona of, I'm going to take this, I'm going to be strong and just breathe my way through it. But that isn't being strong. That isn't being, quote unquote, the alpha in the room. I actually, for me, it started to make me feel weak, repressing and suppressing and pushing back how I felt. So I decided to go and have a consultant, take a look at my head and what they thought. Should I have it done now? Should I was considering waiting longer, maybe more would fall out. And the consensus was give it a go now. And I'm really excited about what the results are gonna be. You never quite know. It's a very high success rate. I already had a fair bit of hair still on top, but fingers crossed it grows back and it's at the thickness I want, and I'm able to just have some nice hairstyles. And that's the thing for me. I just want to be able to go to the barbers with my kids. I want to be able to sit there and have a chat and have my haircut, have a little shave, have a drink, have a talk to, a barber shop. Like, I was lucky to grow up in London where your barbers was proper. Like, going to your barbers is like an event, and I kind of want that back. And losing my hair took that away from me. It changed how I felt. The level of stick, the level of jokes, and the level of like banter I received was mad. And I don't mind banter. It's all well and good. Like, especially when it's friends, you can dig into each other. I'm all for that. But it was when I was having some serious football conversations and my hairline was what my football opinion was reduced to. And it was almost like, how many other immutable elements of society now are we allowed to reduce people's football opinion down to, or their or the way they behave, or anything else? It just started to take its toll on me, and I'm not ashamed, and I'm not embarrassed, and I'm not hiding from that anymore. It was something that was really damaging for me personally. It certainly made me a bit more toxic day to day. It was making me angry day to day, and I wanted to do something to resolve that. And I went with DHI, excellent clinic in the West End of London. They took care of me, made me feel at ease, and we went through the process. And I'll tell you now, the process, it isn't painful. So the only thing that really hurts is the injections, the local anesthetics they give you in certain parts of your head. Of course, they have to do the back of your head to take the hair from, and then they inject where they're going to be plugging it. But once you've had the injections, which take about 2 minutes, you just kind of sit there and chill. I listened and watched a few podcasts with the doctor. We were chatting about the podcasts and just talking about all sorts of. A lovely fella from Greece, really good guy. Had a good chat, 4 hours each day, done. And I don't know the results yet. Maybe my hair doesn't take to it. It throws it all out and I'll be gutted. But right now, it's one of the best personal decisions I've made for me in a very, very long time. And I just want to kind of say this to people that have been reaching out to me. It isn't taboo. Open up and speak about it. My Twitter account's in the description of this video. Just holler at me, or my Insta, whatever it is. Come and chat to me. Send me a message. If you reach out, I'm more than happy to do that, because I should have done it sooner. I allowed it to really consume me and pretended that it wasn't. And this is something that I think too many men do in too many aspects of their lives. We don't talk. We don't speak. We suppress everything, and we push it right down deep inside. And you'll know yourself that that's what sometimes makes you snap at a work colleague, be grumpy around your kids, not nice to your partner at home. And there's never any excuse for those things. When you behave poorly, you're wrong still. But maybe if you actually address the underlying problems as to why you're frustrated, it can help. And I think men's mental health is a big part of this for me. So when I look at why I did it, my mental health was key, hugely key. My wanting to just feel good about myself is also key. There is nothing wrong. It's not nasty and full of vanity. It's about feeling good as an individual, feeling good as a person, liking how you look. And I need to lose a bit of weight as well. Lockdown, for a lot of people, destroyed me physically. I got a bit too greedy. I ate and drank too much, and I need to fix that and sort it out. And I can drink more water, eat better food, and go to the gym. I have the privilege of being able to do that. The hair was never going to fix itself just by me going for a jog and drinking lots of water. I've had to do something cosmetic and surgical, but I'm very happy to have it done because I do believe that looking after myself now physically, how I feel, is going to make me a healthier person across the spectrum, a nicer person, a happier person, and even more hardworking than I've already been. So that's my reasons as to why those there. And I know it took a while to get there, but I wanted to really give the kind of my take on it because I don't know if any of you are feeling the same or have similar feelings, or maybe you have completely different reasons for wanting it. But do it for you. Do it because you want to do it. And I'll give you an interesting anecdotal story. Quite a few people close to me were like, "Why bother? You look fine with your hair like that." My advice is don't listen to those individuals. Do what you want to do. You know, you may have the best wife in the world. I'll give you an example here that does not care whether you have hair or not. It's not a reason for you not to do it, though, because how you feel about yourself is so key to being happy in this world. It's lovely that you'll have wives and boyfriends and brothers and sisters and friends that say, it doesn't matter, we still love you. And that is great. But you have to love yourself. You've got to feel comfortable in your own skin. And if doing it makes you happier, everybody benefits. That was my only real bit of direct advice. And because a lot of people around me, my dad and my brothers, especially because they're all bald. Like, why? You don't need to. You don't need to. Looks good. You look fine. But no matter how many people told me I look good or look fine, or when I say fine, I'm talking you look fine as in it's okay, not fine as in like you're hot. I just want to specify that. It didn't make me feel better. I said thank you, but it did not make me feel better. Not once. So I had to do it for me. And I'm very happy and proud that I have. Very open about this as well. So I think what's key is I wouldn't call myself a mental health advocate or anything along those lines. I almost feel a little bit magoo even saying it. But I wanted to be open about it. I didn't just want to put a hat on. You will see me with a hat on because I want to do like a bit of a reveal in 6 months and I want to see what it comes out like and make it a bit of a spectacular. Why? Because I'm a bit dramatic like that. But I can't put a hat on for a good few days because you're not allowed to. So I wanted to show it off and talk about it and let people know that it's not embarrassing. There's no shame attached to it. You're brave for doing it. You're even brave for putting it out there. You know, if you're someone who wants to do it and if you want to speak, hit me up, DM me, Insta, Twitter, let me know. And you know, I'll let you know what I think, what I feel, put you in some contact with some amazing people and see what they can do for you. But listen, I thank everybody for listening and looking at why, as I say, we're kind of at ground zero, day one. You know, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6 months, every 3 months, I think we'll do a bit of an update on where we are and let you know how that's going. And I say, if anybody wants any of the advice, let me know, and I'll put you in contact with the people that can give you the advice. I can just chat to you as a man, as a person, whatever it may be, and we can go from there. But listen, everyone who's tuned in and listened, thank you, and we'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.